Hi there, Northwest family. Pastor Chris here. This is our video update for our care plan for our members as well as our neighbors. I first want to apologize for the delay. I am aware that some of you who are watching this might feel like, you have been forgotten because nobody's called you, nobody's checked in on you, and or if you've tried to reach out and maybe for whatever reason it's gone unresponded to. So first, forgive me if you felt like you've been forgotten. You are not forgotten, trust me. Okay, we are working hard behind the scenes to try to come up with a plan to care not only for you but for other members who may feel a little bit more connected. We don't want anybody to be forgotten, which is what the delay has been about. Not rushing, not jumping the gun, making sure from my perspective that I got more people, more voices involved in the plan because our church, covers and represents a number of people. So I wanted to make sure in some capacity, each of those groups are represented in that meeting that I had to put a plan together for how to care for you as well as our neighbors. So again, forgive me if you felt disconnected or forgotten, and forgive us for the delay. But we did that so that way what we presented to you was a plan that we have done our best to try to sync so that when we send it out there, it won't sink, okay? We pumped holes in every idea we came up with until we came up with a plan that we all agreed on, and we feel good about getting behind it and asking you all to support as well. Which moves me to our plan. Today is Friday, March 27th, and I had a meeting with about 15 leaders last night on Zoom, and we came up with a plan that I'm going to share with you. It'll also be on the screen as well so you can follow along. But I do want to walk through this so that you at least know what our plan is and how you can be involved, as well as how you can now share the things that you may need and that know that they will be responded to. So our purpose for our care plan for NWBC and our neighbors is to effectively mobilize our people to care for our members and serve our neighbors in cautious and wise ways without compromising personal health and safety. That is the purpose of our care plan. Now here's our plan. It's broken into 5 particular areas. The first one is church-wide updates. We were calling this phase 1. We're going to roll this plan out in phases, okay? These 5 particular areas will be rolled out in 4 phases, actually, not 5 phases. 4 phases, but they're 5 particular areas. Church-wide updates is the first one. Right now, we've been doing that. This is one of the ways in which we're doing that, is a video update, and we've sent out email blasts as well. Our ETA on this is ongoing and as needed, so you won't get emails every day, you won't get video updates every day. You'll get them as needed, and we'll continue to do so. We'll also be posting things on our website because the idea is to have our website be a one-stop shop. At least one location to go where you can find information that we want to share. We will be calling our members. This will take place via what will be the next area that I'll be sharing in the second phase, which is our communications team. And we're going to send out an initial letter detailing everything, and then only mail letters as needed for those who prefer to receive mail letters. So every last one of us in the church will receive a snail mail of laying out this plan that I have and ways you can be involved and ways you can share if you need some help. And then only those who prefer to receive mail will receive mail, snail mail going forward. So that's our first area, church-wide updates. That's phase 1. We've been doing that, and now you know some other ways that we're going to continue to do that. The next area is communication team. This is phase 2. Our ETA to start this is March 28th through April the 5th. And so that team will be formed and roll out their area and their plan during that week, and then it'll continue beyond that as well. Now, this team will be strictly dedicated to contacting all of our members by phone. So if you have a phone number and we have it on file, you will be contacted by someone in the church, someone specifically from this team. So make sure you answer your phones, and then make sure you also call back, so that way we know that you have been called. Because if there's somebody out there who doesn't receive a call, then we need to find out why you weren't on our call list and make sure you get added to our call list. They will give you updates when they call. They will field your requests when they call. And they will take your information and put it on a Google spreadsheet to keep track of your needs and other requests you may have. They will do a check-in call several days throughout the week for our seniors and our shut-ins. They will do a weekly check-in call to other members of the church. And they will inform members about ways they can serve during this time and point them to the appropriate team for follow-up. So that's a way that we're going to reinforce recruiting people who want to serve during this time in any one of these particular ways, along with gathering information and requests so that you will be served. For those who choose not to maybe help because you need the help, we're going to have that available as well. So that's the communications team, and that's phase 2. The next area is prayer team. This would be phase 3. The ETA to start on this is April the 6th through April 11th, and it will continue onward after that. The reason that's phase 2 is because we need the comm team to make contact with everybody, find out the needs, find out people that want to help, different ways they want to help, and then build that team out who will then take those requests that have been gathered by the communications team and be praying, okay? This prayer team will be strictly dedicated to praying for whatever and whomever needs prayer. People can submit their prayer requests via emailing the prayer team directly, which we will have available for you as soon as we have a prayer team. Calling the church office is a way that you can submit your prayer requests. And by the calls from the communications team, you can let them know your prayer requests. They'll put that in the spreadsheet, and the prayer team will see your needs then and be praying for you accordingly. The prayer team will pray each day throughout the week, and they may put their own schedule together. I'll leave that up to the prayer team to do that. That's the prayer team. That's phase 3. The next area is action team. I'm going to call this the A team. You should have heard our leaders call when I got here. They changed the name. I had 2 different names for this, and they consolidated into one. And we called it the action team. I sat up in my seat and was like, well, that's the team I want to run, because I want to be the colonel. If you ever watched the A team, and I'm going to get me a cigar, and I'm going to start claiming I love it when a plane comes together. And so, okay, y'all, if you ain't laughed, that's fine. I found it funny. I'm just telling y'all the truth. And that's why we call it the A team. So clearly you know what team is better. Not that this is a competition, but I really just want to be better than my wife's team. And I'll get to her team last. Okay. Anyway, action team. That is phase 3 as well. It'll start the same time as the prayer team will start, April 6th through April 11th, and it will continue as well. This team will be strictly dedicated to going shopping, doing deliveries, and physically helping our members in other ways. As needs come in for our members, this team will grab groceries from our pantry, and they'll go to the grocery store and get whatever else is needed for the member. They will also do shopping for other non-grocery items members may need. They will deliver these things to the member's location, that is to your home, or drop off at the church for the member to come pick up if you prefer somebody not to come to your house. This team would receive, provide, and manage the groceries for the pantry to be distributed to those in need. This team will also employ families adopting families or families adopting members. This will be for a church family, parent and kids, so that kids can be involved in this as well, that want to just focus on helping and loving on 1 or 2 of our other less fortunate church families or members. Examples would be meeting tangible needs like providing hot meals, picking up medicine, giving encouragements, maybe a handwritten note, a drawing a picture, and so on. So this is our action team, and this would be started in phase 3. And our last area, the 5th area, is our outreach team. And this is phase 4. The ETA to start on this would be April 13th through April 18th, and that too will be ongoing. This team will be strictly dedicated to community reconnaissance to determine where and how we can best serve our neighbors. So the other areas, the church-wide updates, the communications team, the prayer team, and the action team are primarily for members, okay? The action team may very well help alongside the outreach team to serve neighbors, but they're primarily for members. This fifth area is strictly for non-members, for those that might not be saved, for our community, for our neighbors. This is where we are going to be missional. This team will create and use "How Can I Help You" flyers to mobilize members to find out the needs of their neighbors. They will locate and contact local and city organizations about immediate needs in our surrounding communities and helping if and however we can. The outreach team will also be our medium of communicating with our communities for them to know our church is here to help and how we can help. These are our 5 areas, our plan of care for our members and our neighbors, and they will be rolled out in 4 phases. Now, what about if Governor Hogan enacts a shelter in place? How does that affect our care plan? We have a shelter in place contingency plan. Here's what that is. Church-wide updates will continue as is, just the filming of videos would change, like this. I am filming this video with Shannon right now in the church foyer. That wouldn't happen if we were a shelter in place, and we would have to do it remotely from our home and our own devices. The communication team will continue as is, nothing would change. The prayer team will continue as is, nothing would change. The action team would adjust to coming out just for essential needs only. The outreach team will be paused on their recon, but could continue to serve the community's essential needs only according to what they had already discovered when they were able to go out. So you see, our 5 areas will continue to be carried out for the care of our members and our neighbors, even in a shelter in place. This is why I did not want to rush to making a plan. I wanted to get more people involved, more voices involved, so that the plan that we would lay out before the church is a plan that we could run with until this fiasco, this pandemic is taken away. Our care plan is based on what we can do with the resources and volunteers we do have. We can't do everything for everyone, but whatever we can do via these teams, we will try to do for the care of our people and for the mission of God with our neighbors. That is our care plan. Now, if you want to help out, you want to be part of these teams, or as I said earlier, if you need help in some way, here are some ways that you can let us know. You can go to our website, nwbcmd.org, and you'll see the tab at the very end that says More. You click that tab and it'll give you another link that says Contact Us or Request. Click that and you can fill out any one of those forms right there on our website, and it'll immediately go to the appropriate people. You can email the church office. That's one way that you can do that. You can call the church office. You can tell the communication team when they call you. Someone will follow up with you within 48 hours, whether you submit your request to want to be on one of these teams or your request for help in whatever way that you need help. So make sure that you reach out to us if you want to serve and or you're in need. Thank you for your time. I hope what you heard is that your leaders are dedicated. We truly do want to care for you and in a wise way, in a way that makes you feel safe, in a way that keeps us safe. But we don't want you to feel forgotten, because you're not. And we don't want you to go uncared for, because we do care for you. And so this is our way of how we're going to do so, as well as still be missional, because we're called to be missional even during pandemics. But do so in a wise way, in a cautious way, because guess what? Our neighbors need care as well. And this is when the church shines, moments like this. So thank you, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.